Between 1880 and 1930, Minneapolis was the flour milling capital of the world. And of course, one of the main reasons that this economic engine existed here is the Falls of St. Anthony that's right outside our back door. Provided power to mills, starting with lumber mills, but then later flour mills as well. The Washburn-Crosby A mill was actually the birthplace of General Mills, and as I said, it was the largest flour mill in the world when it opened, but it didn't retain that title for very long. Pillsbury opened its mill across the river and took that title away from us. C.C. Washburn built his first mill here in 1866 and built the first Washburn A, and the A designation means it's the largest of the mills in the complex. So 1874, he builds a Washburn A mill. And in 1878, that mill explodes in a huge flour dust explosion. Flour dust is very explosive under the right conditions, and this was a devastating tragedy in the history of Minneapolis. It leveled all the surrounding mills. As newspaper reports told it, there was not one stone left upon another of that mill. Debris rained into downtown Minneapolis. Windows were shattered. There were reports of windows shattering as far away as Summit Avenue in St. Paul. And unbelievably, only 18 people were killed, but the explosion occurred during the night shift, so there were fewer workers on. Night shift had just come on, and the mill was operating at lower production at that time as well. So when he went to rebuild, one of the most important pieces of equipment that went in were dust collectors, and those remain very important pieces of equipment in mills to this day. General Mills operated the building as a flour mill until 1965, when it closed many mills across the nation as General Mills was starting to shift its focus to different consumer products like convenience products. And so the building entered what we have called the abandoned phase, although we know there was a lot of traffic through here during that time.
You'd think one of those people accidentally started the fire that left the mill ruined in February of 1991 on a cold winter's night. A small fire that someone set became a very big fire with a big fireball kind of blowing out the roof of the mill and destroying all of the original milling equipment that was still in place that could have turned it into a real nice milling museum. One of the remarkable things about the fire story is, as devastating a fire as it was, really gutting the building, there are people within just weeks of the fire that had a vision for what this place would look like, leaving the ruined walls and building new within it and having the open air courtyard pretty much the way it was built later. The city of Minneapolis, which owned the complex at the time, invested some money in stabilizing the ruins, and that was approved pretty soon after the fire and took place over a couple of years in the mid-90s. The Minnesota Historical Society got involved about 1996 in sort of taking the lead in turning this into Mill City Museum, and groundbreaking began in 2000, and it was over the course of those next 3 years that final stabilization was done, the new building constructed, all the exhibits that you see today installed, and opened in September 2003. The courtyard is also a venue for some other programs. We do a Mill City Oktoberfest program with the farmers market. Thursday nights in July and August, we have Mill City Live, so outdoor concerts in the courtyard. And almost every weekend, or almost every Friday and Saturday in the summer, the courtyard is used as a facility rental space, and there are weddings out in the courtyard, weather permitting.